It's brutal. It is brutal. It's literally up, down, up, down. 2 loops, half a loop up, half a loop down, half a loop up, half a loop down. It's one of the most difficult ones that there is. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Ben here, you're watching Time on Feet. I'm now full into the flow of week 2 of North Downs Way 50 training, which is my first 50-mile ultra happening in May this year, organised by Centurion Running. I'll break down later in this video what I've been doing for training this week, but firstly I wanted to turn my attention to the weekend. So it's now Friday. I'm out for a 2-hour training run on the South Downs Way, but tomorrow my plan is to do one of the park runs that we have here in Brighton. And we're very lucky in Brighton, we've got 5 park runs in total, so we've very much been blessed by the park run gods with the amount that we have on offer locally. Everything from East Brighton Parkrun, which is purely trail, more hilly, a few sharp turns in there, to Hove Promenade, which is completely flat, beautiful along the coast, but it is quite exposed, so can mean that you get the wind to contend with sometimes. There's only 1 out of the 5 that we've got here in Brighton which I haven't yet done, and that is Bevendean Down Parkrun. So the message you heard at the start of this video was the message I got back from Jay, who incidentally runs the Ultra Distance Runners YouTube channel. I'll post a link below, but that was the message I got back from him when I told him that I thought I was doing Bevendean Down Parkrun this weekend for the first time. So it's meant to be the trickiest, the toughest one locally. Gonna try it out tomorrow, see how it goes. And if you've done any particularly tricky or hard park runs, then let me know in the comments below what they were. So I'm not sure how difficult Bevendean Down is going to be, but there is only one way to find out. So let's give it a go. Important disclaimer.
That's daunting.
Thank you. Ooh. Thanks so much. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Well done. Well done, James. So that's Bevendean Down Parkrun all done. And yes, I think it probably is the hardest in Brighton out of the 5. Very hilly, there are some lung busting hills there. Apparently Chris was just talking to a guy at the end, and he was saying it was the 4th hardest park run in, did you say UK or in
England?
In England. So these are claims that are unverified, but could be true, who knows. How did you guys find it?
Good, yeah. I think you could be right. It's yeah, the undulations are incredible. It's but the views are spectacular, so it's definitely worth a visit.
And Chris, thoughts?
Good training, especially for these gods. Very good.
Okay, we're all back from Parkrun, so I'll take you through what I've been doing for this week of North Downs Way 50 training. We're in the study at the moment, and the study is really kind of divided into two. So over here you've got my kind of reading interests. Don't worry about the sign. In fact, for those of you who know what I do for a living, that probably won't come as a surprise. But over here we've got my kind of reading interests. That's one side of things. And then over here, this is my running stuff. So this is my chest of drawers, which has all of my running things in, various odds and ends. Actually, probably needs a good sort out, actually. Yeah, I should get round to that. Over here, I've got my training plan, and I like to have a paper copy as well. I'm a big fan of real, tangible copies of things, because it's very satisfying when you kind of cross off each of the activities that you've done, each of the runs you do. You can feel like you're making progress. Up here I've got my medals from last year, slightly cheesy, but nice to have a bit of motivation there, kind of an idea of what you're working towards, if you like. So as you can see, I've crossed off almost everything for this week. The only things I haven't crossed off yet is my strength and conditioning, because I'm doing those tomorrow. So today's Saturday, I'm filming this on Saturday, but I'll be doing my 2 strength and conditioning sessions tomorrow. Underneath, I've been writing down just any extra bits I've done. So my first week of training, did a 30 minutes of cycling. Those of you who follow me on Strava, you might notice that sometimes I do a short cycle between 5 and 10 minutes before and after my long runs. And that's really because the trails are a little bit further along the coast, so I often take a bike there instead of spending time running along the road. I just want to get onto the trail, so I cycle there and then cycle back after as well. So what have I been doing for this week? So I'll break down week 2 and I'll put up on the screen the key things that I've been doing there. So I started off on Tuesday with a speed session, and that was an hour in total with some intervals in there, and I've kind of been ad-libbing it really a bit with my speed sessions at the moment, so nothing too formalised. I kind of just decide on the day what I'm doing, which probably isn't the best thing, but if anyone's got any suggestions of good speed sessions to do, then do let me know below. But one thing I learned from this week's speed session, actually, a lesson to take into future weeks, is that if you've got any discomfort, then it's good to adjust early on. So actually I tied up my right shoe too tight for that speed session, and I didn't really think much of it. I just left it for the whole session, but I should have stopped at the start and made it slightly looser. Because at the end of the session, my plantar fascia, the long connective tissue that runs along the bottom of your foot, connects the heel and the toes, that was feeling a bit sore. It wasn't, I wouldn't say an injury, but just feeling slightly awkward. One thing I have been using though, whenever I have had problems with my plantar fascia, is this. So this is great, just a massage ball. I use that on the bottom of my foot, so 5 minutes on each foot in the morning and the evening, and that really does help with it. But really, they always say with runs, it's important, if you're feeling like an ache or a niggle, if you can do something about it, then do address it early on. So that's definitely a lesson I'll be taking into my later weeks of this training program. So that was Tuesday, that was the speed session. The following day, Wednesday, I had a long run, so that was 2.5 hours along the coast, and I'm loving that coast path which I'm taking from Brighton towards Newhaven and back. Really nice around there, gets a bit more rugged towards Newhaven, but really nice running, and I felt quite good overall. So one thing I need to watch is just that, if I've done a speed session the day before, sometimes I can feel really tired, but other times I can maybe get into the long run and then start off too fast, because my body's still in kind of the mindset of doing the speed session. So it was fine for that run. It was a little bit faster than I probably should have done it, but I just need to bear in mind the bigger picture, that I'm doing lots of runs in the week, and therefore I need to think about how my body's going to feel later on in the week, not just for that particular run. So that was Wednesday. Thursday I didn't do any running, and then Friday I did a 2-hour run, so similar route, but kind of going up more towards the downs for this long run, so up to the South Downs Way. And again, that was very nice. Not too much to report for that one. So that was Friday. And then today, Saturday, I've done my final run of the week, which was Parkrun. And that was the one that you've just seen. So Bevendean Down. So I'll put up on the screen my total for this week. Overall, I'm pleased with mileage, pleased with how my body's feeling. You know, a bit achy on some days here and there, but nothing too problematic. So overall, it's been really good. So that is week 3. Let me know if you've got any questions, anything you want to ask, or any suggestions you want to make in the comments below. And if you've watched this far, then thanks for tuning in, and see you all next week for week 3. So have a good week, everyone. Enjoy your running, and I'll see you all later on.